Okay, hello. Let's try this registration mark thing. This is going to be a simple example. Yours is very complicated, but the same thing applies. So basically what I have here is 3 layers, 3 colors, and they're all separated, you can see. So this will be just like your Bowser. It's going to already be sort of laid out probably in layers, so this part you won't have to line these up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a shape. Um, I have more complex shapes elsewhere, but I don't have the subscription to this, but you could do it with these shapes. This one's good because you can tell which way's up and which way's down, this pentagon. So what I want to do is put it somewhere on the edge of my design, just so I'm not wasting a whole lot of vinyl. Just put it just outside your design, okay? So now I want to have 3 copies because I have 3 colors. So, I mean, for the sake of this, I can go ahead and make this one green. Here's the materials that you're using right now. So you'll have all these colors from Bowser up here. So I've got my green one, and I'm going to duplicate that once for the red and once again for the yellow. So now I have 3 different ones, and I can change the color in just a second. But what I'm going to do first is click on one, hold down the shift key, and click on the other 2. They're all selected. I'll go to align and center. It's probably going to put it somewhere I don't want it, but I'll move them all back to my spot here. Okay, so now I'm going to click on one of the green ones, hold down shift key, and click on the green star. And I'm going to go to combine, and I'm going to weld those together. So now those 2 are attached, and they're going to cut in that exact same orientation. So I'll hit the Control Z to go back. Now I'm going to go to another one of my other pentagons, and I'm going to hold down shift, click on the red heart, and I will go to combine and weld and see if it turns red. Yeah, so it turned it red for me. And then I'm going to click on the pentagon, the last one, hold down shift and click on the yellow star and go to combine and weld. Okay, so now if they're in the wrong order, just for your own sanity, you can move them back over here in the layers panel to where they were. But what's going to happen now is you're going to have the same thing. You're going to have 3 separate mats. You're going to have one that cuts this, one that cuts this, one that cuts this. But now you've got this shape over here, this registration mark. And what happens is your biggest one, like in the Bowser, is going to be the black one. You'll have this registration mark here. And when you go to do your red, the tongue and that kind of stuff, you're going to go with your transfer sheet and line up this pentagon. So you can imagine if there were other little red bits everywhere, and they're all welded together, all attached. Either way, you can do it multiple ways. You can attach, you can combine. I like to weld just because, you know, it's there. I know it's there. I'm not going to unweld it, and it's one less layer to worry about. You know, instead of having 2 attached in a little group and all that stuff, I just like to have it clean. But anyways, you've got these, and you just go and you take that pentagon and line it up over top of the other one, and then your heart is exactly where it was supposed to be. Same thing with your star. It doesn't matter if there's 10 stars or 12 stars or a whole bunch of shapes. So long as you lay down your transfer film or your sticker, whatever you want to call it, your transfer sheet, and pick this up with the rest of the stuff, and you lay that over top, and then your star is exactly where it's supposed to be. So that helps a lot with lining up a whole bunch of things. And you can do multiple registration marks. You could, you know, we could take another shape, um, like this cross or something like that. If you have a big design, you could have 4 if you wanted to. This is essentially what Cricut does when you do the print and cut. Those registration marks are telling it where things go in relationship to everything else. So just a little visual cue for it, and this is a visual cue for us, and just a little place to line up. So you could do the same thing with this, and Control D to have 3 copies, and then you would take one of your plus signs, select it, hold down Shift, and go to Combine, Weld, and it's going to attach it. Now you've got 2 registration marks for the same thing. So I'm going to go back to there. I'll do the exact same thing, put it in the, you know, put all 3 of these in the place. I should have aligned them first, but Might get me into trouble. No, but yeah, I should have aligned those first. You know what I mean? Go select them all and do the align. But you get my drift. So just do as many registration marks as you think will help, and then that way when you go to do your cut, it's not so overwhelming trying to figure out where everything goes and going back to the picture. It's just as simple as laying one shape on top of the other, maybe in a corner, and then laying out your transfer the rest of the way. So anyways, I hope that helps. And I don't know, I just learned this tip. You see how I work a lot with stickers and white offsets, and I hate them in Cricut because it's the white background. But if you go down here to the blank in the layers panel down here and click on the blank canvas, I've never done before, it'll actually, everything goes away except here you have the color, and you can select the color of your canvas to work on. So now when we're working with white things, we can tell if the background is there and if things are actually clear and that kind of thing. And then to do your grids, you can click just in the corner here where the two rulers meet, 0 and 0. Click in that little corner there, and it'll walk you through the inch, the full grid, the partial grid, and the full grid where it does the 1/8 of an inch and that kind of thing. I thought that was really cool to be able to change the color. It doesn't print up in the print and cut. The green doesn't. So that, or whatever color you select. So that's nice. But anyways, that's my tips for today on that registration marks with a very layered, complex thing. So hopefully that helps. Have a nice week.